Welcome back to Steam Next Fest demos that we're checking out. Let me check the volume. Now it should be fine. Yeah, unfortunately, Golfinit actually crashed my whole PC. So let's not try that again. I guess I will let the developer know about some issues with AMD graphics cards possibly, because some AMD driver problems also appeared there before it completely crashed. Let's check out Fall of Porcupine. The prologue is also available via Steam Next Fest. You might remember this from some gaming event like Summer Game Fest, I guess, or some ID at Xbox thing. Let's try it out. Let's check that the language is right. I think this is the one they gave away to doctors or to medical staff in general for free. And the full game is coming when? This year. No date yet. It's made by Buntspecht Games. And published by Assemble. So even though I selected English, the game is German, but you can still change it in the menu. Okay, I have no idea what I did. This isn't good. Oh, no. I started the game. Oh, okay. Let's quit again. Let's start it over. So you can set the language to English or German via Steam, but also in the game you can change it. Hopefully it didn't save that setting. I don't know what this which is, and I can't read it. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, there we go. Hi out there. Hope you're well. I'm glad to have you back. Today I want to update you on what's going on in Porcupine. Again, I was on the road for you this week and ran into a lot of old familiar faces. Among other things, I stopped by Gilbert's this weekend and sampled Giuliano's latest creation, Wild Goose Beer. Berry beer. Highly recommended for fans of fruity drinks. It's more for holidays though, but feel free to give it a try. I love this time of the year and you can probably guess why. The Hibernation Festival is right around the corner. The preparations have already begun and I talked to the organizer. Some popular bands will be on the bill and local arts will be represented as well. Plus, of course, there's the big stew contest again. Remember last year, Chloe Colbert took first place with her sage soup. Bring your biggest spoon and try your way through. There are a lot of highlights again this year. Take a few days off and stop by. Fortunately, this is the time of the year when the days are getting shorter again. Today I had to put on a sweater for the first time. Crazy, yesterday it felt like summer after all. But I guess that's how it is with the seasons. Get used to the sun too quickly. Excellent. Good day always starts with being late, and without Dr. Krukowski busting your chops, or a busted coffee machine that doesn't even get warm. Anyways, we gotta run. Like I can float in the air a little bit. Bird doctor. Someone there. Rudolph, you hear something too? What do you say? Guess the last beer yesterday had already expired. Make a pot of coffee, I got a hangover. That stop most probably won't see any buses today. Got the day off? Bus stop. Enjoy your day. Up there? No. Double jump. St. Ursula Hospital. You howl, we heal. That slogan ain't half bad. Who was that hat-wearing giant? Generic hospital signposts are fascinating. You find them at every corner pointing in all directions, so you get lost all the time. Must be frustrating for a signpost. Signposts. Our hospital could use more art like this. But I'm afraid Mr. Heydrich and Dr. Theobald from the hospital management have a different opinion. Nevertheless, thanks, anonymous artist. Same icon as in the loading screen. That looks a little off. But I like that you can actually interact with them and trash the whole place before you start working. Wait a moment. Oh, are those chuck dogs? Last time I ate those, I was a kid. I read that chuck dogs have been out of production for 8 years. Consumer Protection banned them as they didn't contain enough chocolate to be called chuck dogs. Most things in there could be worth a fortune. Edible, but valuable. Good morning, Ingrid. You've been working here 2 weeks and already you're late? That's not gonna cut it, kid. It's nice to see you too. Save yourself the trouble. Bad day? Bad, my coffee machine is full of mold. And the snack machine ate all my change. Nice, we got some choices here in the dialogue. Quite sassy. Any news? There's a construction site outside the hospital. How is that related to anything she just said? What's up with the snack machine? Who knows? It was working last night. Old Gregor's probably been tampering with it again. Would you mind taking a look at it? You seem skilled. Oh no, we just took a side quest, the first one. Can you just say I was late? Priorities, kid. No, my blood sugar is shockingly low. By helping me, you're helping the entire hospital. I'm on it. Let's fix that machine. It's dead. Unfortunately, there is nothing we can do for it. Time of death. We've talked to its family. Before it passed away, it signed a snack donor card. I will do my duty as a doctor. Thank you, machine. Thanks to your sacrifice, others can now satisfy their sugar cravings. Received some candy, I guess? My idea was to jump on it, but... Is that a coffee cream prickle? Just for you, fresh from the machine. You just saved my life, kid. Or was it you wanted to know? What's new? Oh, that's right. The cafeteria is closed today. Dr. Harley allegedly tried to heat up this microbiotic instant meal in Sergei's stone oven. Such a mess. Hope you've made yourself a sandwich today. 2 new patients were put on your ward last night. One of them has a nasty rash. Case of shingles, if you ask me. The other one was barely able to walk. Suspected urinary stones, but I think he's well on his way to renal colic. Kept both of them here for now. I'm sure you'll meet them today. Things you know, Ingrid. I've been here for 30 years, my dear. Now let me enjoy this creamy coffee deliciousness. What are you still doing here? Hurry to the 3rd floor. Otherwise Dr. Krokowski will give you hell. Oh, the elevator is broken again. Don't even bother trying it. Got it, see you later. Yeah, whatever. Suspicious. Don't even ask why anymore, but I don't mean to complain. Everyone in this hospital does their best. Okay, this area is huge. This room. Hello, Mr. Glendover, are you there? Leave me alone, I'm taking a break right now. Oh. Can we actually go over? Guess that's the back entrance. The ambulance has probably seen better days too. I think even the equipment at my alma mater was more modern than this. Even that could be described as antique. But as long as it's still running, you don't have to retire it yet. Kind of like that old jalopy. Or either this is the reason for the closed cafeteria, or the surgeon's been busy. Doors closed, the sign says main storage room. Painkillers, towels, disinfectants, bandages, just a regular hospital shelf or a hypochondric's shopping list. This is the Chief of Medicine's office, the hospital administration. No place for us, I guess. This is our surgical ward. I'm glad you made it before it got dark. Sorry about that, Dr. Krokowski. I asked the patients not to die until you arrived. Very nice of them. They might not be so generous next time. I'll be more punctual in the future. Not more punctual, just punctual. Just punctual. Well, alright, let's start the rounds. Time waits for no one. Start with room 301. This is where our rosters are posted and the cleaning schedule. And someone apparently wants to sell a bike. I might take a look at their bike. Mr. Kissinger. He was admitted last night with a high fever. He's also suffering from severe pain on the right side of his body and an acute rash. How are we feeling today, Mr. Kissinger? Good so far, Dr. Krokowski. I had a rough night and I'm hungry. Well, that sounds perfect. Would have been worried if you slept well here. Mia, yes. What do you think? What do I think? Your diagnosis. I see, yeah, sure, Let's help Mia. Shingles. What? Shingles? Could be herpes zoster, a very pronounced case of shingles. But could be it is, you're right. I'd be lying if I said I expected that to happen. Let's not waste any more time. Get well soon, Mr. Kissinger. Thanks. We'll have 2 more patients to visit in room 302. Let's go, the day is almost over already. After 1 patient, okay. We should really be earlier in the hospital for the next day. Need more than 2 patients. Good morning, Mrs. Kasparas. Good morning. Are the painkillers working? Yes, thank God. That was one hell of a pain. Mrs. Kasparas came to us yesterday evening with severe pain in her lower abdomen. She has vomited a few times. Urinating is also difficult. Finlay, you're very quiet. Delight us with your beautiful voice. What is your patient suffering from? But I think that is a reference to what was said earlier, but stones or renal colic? Yes, Mia should say it. I have no idea. Mia, I don't think I'm hearing you right. How will you manage when Mia's not around? Who's going to tell you the answers then? Urinary stones? The patient has urinary stones. Large urinary stones. No offense, Mrs. Kasparas. None taken, Dr. Krokowski. Renal colic probably already occurred last night. We'll surgically remove the urinary stones today and keep Mrs. Kasparas here for a few days. Kasparas, I wish you a quick recovery. Call the nursing staff if you need anything. Thank you so much, Dr. Krokowski. Follow me. Last patients, last chance. God, we're already being put to the test. Morning, Mrs. Emmett. How are you today? Just a moment, what's this? Your dressing is soaking wet. When was the last time it was changed? Yesterday, I think. Yesterday at midday. Midday yesterday? Finlay changed the dressing now. Why me? Treatment. Take care of your patients. Press and hold the shown buttons. Do not press other buttons or more buttons than displayed. Try to react as fast as possible. Do I press it now? Oh, I keep it pressed. But this is like heavy rain. Light stick? Running out of time. Who was on duty yesterday? I was thinking I was going to change it. First room up here was empty. I was going to the basement and to get a new dressing. And you forgot about it? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't tolerate such sloppiness on this ward. Dr. Krokowski, it was probably just an oversight. Finley, you stay out of this. Get a grip, Mia. You're not going to get far if changing a simple dressing flusters you like that. Dr. Krokowski, let's not get so worked up. You know yourself how stressful it is here. We're also constantly understaffed in nursing. These 2 are new. They need to get warmed up first. That's no excuse. I don't want to see a mistake like that again. What are you doing here anyway? This ward storage is empty again. This room storage. Just do your job and take care of it. These rounds are over. And there goes all the sheep. I expected more from you, Finlay. If that's your best, then woe to this hospital. Check out 303. Some overtime, maybe? No. So this is the game's prologue. So it's probably not part of the actual game. Definitely check it out then, if you're looking forward to the game. The final release. Okay, there's one more room, let's check that out as well. There's no button to... oh. There's no button to sprint actually. I found. Now he's moving faster. What's going on? What do I open here? That's the most minimal smartphone that I ever saw. Hey Carl, it was great for you to stand up for Mia just now. No problem. Why are you standing here? Waiting for the damn elevator. It's broken. Again, great. What are you up to? I have to go to the main storage room on the ground floor. You heard what Krokowski said. The ward storage room is empty again. I gotta get supplies. Need help? I sure won't say no. No, but I could help you with the carrying. Let's not waste any time then. We'll take the stairs unless they're broken now as well. Who knows? What could be broken about a staircase? You have no idea, kid. Nice, now we have a party of two. This is our main storage room, my second home. Chaotic at first glance, but I have my system. You have a system? Yes, I have plenty of systems. Let me get our stuff together, Finlay. You better stay back here, kid. Anything could be hiding in there. I think you're grabbing a cable, but in fact it's a king cobra. Why don't we have any snake handling gloves then? We do, they are somewhere in the main storage room. Seriously? No jokes. What, king cobras? Okay, okay. No need to get hysterical. No jokes. Let's get this over with, kid. Agreed. It's a lot of stuff. The day will be over if we have to carry it all upstairs. Yes, and it'll also be the end of the day for my back. This hospital is really wearing me out. Who knows how many more years my body can take it. Why don't we just ask the janitor to take a look at the elevator? Old Glendover? Good luck with that. Don't you think he'll help us? Everything Gregor touches ends up even being more broken than before. Come on, let's give it a or try at least. But only because it's just one room farther. I'm saving myself every unnecessary step after you. So. Hello, Mr. Glendover. Who's this? Oh, the newbie? What is it? Would you fix the elevator for us? I don't have any spare parts. We usually do it with duct tape and a glue gun. That's why it keeps breaking down. I'd rather save myself the trouble. Duct tape? Listen, Gregor, we need the elevator. And I need my cigarettes. I lost them somewhere, but where? No cigarettes, no help from me. If I find the cigarettes for you, will you help us with the elevator? Maybe. Maybe say yes, you old grouch. Yes, alright. I was on the front entrance parking lot this morning. I took the trash to the dumpsters at the back entrance. And I took a look at Ingrid's coffee machine, but there's nothing more I can do for it. So my smokes must be there somewhere. I'm on it. I'm going back to our stuff. Don't want anything else getting stolen. Check out those 3 areas then. Retracing Glendover's steps. Took a smoke here. Yeah, maybe it's not the best idea. Gregor said he was at the dumpsters this morning. There really are cigarettes in here, but they still look pretty good. The reddish-brown sludge must have been on the pack before. Nice, already found them. Quick. Mr. Glendover, hello? Yes, newbie. Your cigarettes, I got them. They were by the dumpsters. Now he needs a light, probably. Good stuff, kiddo. And you're really gonna fix the elevator now with a duct tape? Well, you gotta work with what's available. I don't even ask them upstairs anymore. Management always promises they ordered new stuff, but nothing ever arrives. Maybe I'll give it a couple of good whacks. That usually helps too. Hopefully you'll get off my back when I'm done with it. No problem. Thanks. I'm always surprised whenever anything works in this dump. I'm not promising anything, but I think we can use the elevator again now. Pure luxury. Enjoy it while you can, it could be over soon. And when that time comes, try not to be in the elevator. Aye aye. You were of great help, Finlay. We can use people like you in this hospital. Together could help. Now get going. You should start taking care of your patients. Talk to Dr. Krukowski, she'll give you your assignments for today's shift. Will do. See you later. There ain't no way around that. Okay, I've seen you before. There he is. There you are, Finlay. Where have you been hiding this time? I was helping Carl carry the boxes to the storage room. They're pretty heavy. That's very kind of you, Finlay. But let the nurses take care of that. You've done more than enough. I've assigned you 3 patients today. Look at your smartphone. My smartphone? We're testing digital patient records right now. You can download your patient information before your shift begins. Got it. New tasks available. So 301, 302 and P31. Hello, Mr. Kissinger, what's new? I'm asking you. I'm spending most of my days lying in bed lately. Doing nothing. Looking out of the window. Did you know that today is the beginning of the meteorological fall? Is that right? No, I didn't know that. We've never had so little rain in the summer as we've had this year. That's fine by me. Let's take another look at that rash of yours. Does that hurt? Just lying around is already pretty painful, you know. No, it's not that bad, I promise. Another minigame? Oh god. As long as it's only 4 buttons, but probably will increase. Okay, now getting uncomfortable. Oh god. How are you supposed to hold the controller pushing all of these buttons? At least I gotta be. Wait, who's giving me a B? The patient? Alright, that's it. What do you think? That's a pretty nasty case of shingles. You need to keep an eye on your rash and treat it regularly. Your circulation seems fine though. Alright, your instruments are pretty cold. They always are, I'm afraid. There's nothing you can do about it. One of the great mysteries of the universe. Fascinating. Have a lovely day. It's probably easier to play this with a keyboard, considering how you have to hold the controller, pushing all of those buttons, but they probably made it extra difficult on keyboards as well. Let's head to our second patient. How are you, Mrs. Emmett? Oh, much, much better. The painkillers have got me flying again. Flying high. I'm glad to hear it. Could I maybe have some more of them? Well, unless it's absolutely necessary, then no. Oh, that's too bad. And how about under the table? There's no table here. For later. Mrs. Emmett. Alright. My family physician is more relaxed about that kind of thing than you are. You won't need any more painkillers, I promise. I will take extra special care with your treatment. Let's see about that. Depends on how hard the quick time events are. That? Okay, that was easy. Getting... Oh god. Again a B, my god. A or an S someday. You see, it didn't hurt at all, did it? I don't know. I bet it'll be gone after dinner. You're the doctor. I'll check on you again tomorrow, okay? Alright. Is it P31? I really like the art style and the music. Still mad. He's always mad. But I could also enter P32 if I wanted, but we have our assigned patient, so let's do our job here. Good afternoon, Miss Delvin. My name is Finlay and I'm your attending physician. Hello, doctor. My name is Cassia Delvin and I'm your patient today. Who says that? Here's to a good working relationship. I'll make a storybook patient, you'll see. Nausea, abdominal pain, muscle cramps. I got it all. No spoilers, Miss Delvin. Let me try to do my job well. Alright, let's get on with it then. So many illnesses that was... Oh, okay, that's all different this time. Diagnosis. Find the correct symbol combination. A blue mark shows you that a right symbol is in the wrong position. A green mark shows you that the right symbol is in the correct position. In addition, symbols will be highlighted green when they are in the correct position. Symbol will not be in the correct combination more than one time. Find the correct combination within 8 rounds. Sounds complicated, but it's probably self-explanatory once you try it. Wish there was a tutorial phase. Not the real thing, but doctors also don't have tutorial phases. Left stick to decide which symbol to use. Jump to the next position. Symbol, what are they talking about? I got an eye, I got a heart, 2 foot, skull, bone. Okay, I guess the first round is just lucky guesses. Okay, combination contains symbol. The 2 symbols are correct, but they're not in the correct position. So let's change to... Oh, they're correct. Okay, the foot and the heart are correct, and either the eye or the are correct, but not in the right position. So let's I is correct. I hope we only have one icon per line. So then it must be the bone, because on the first try we had 2 correct signs, and that were obviously tooth and oh no, wait, the eye was correct, was not correct. I was correct. But we also had 2 right tries on the first. That can only be the eye. And either the tooth or the skull. And since the tooth wasn't correct on the last try, it has to be the skull. Hope I got this right. Nope. But I don't get... No, it's not the tooth either. Bone. It was terrible. It was still a B. That's kind of them. I could have probably solved that quicker than that. What do you think? I have a suspicion. We'll have to do some more examinations. Someone will come by later to draw blood, and tomorrow we'll know more. Alright. You are an excellent patient. I recommend you to the staff. Thank you. See you tomorrow then. I'll be here. Oh, and could you do me a favor? What can I do for you? There's a blueberry pudding left over somewhere. I'll gladly take 2 tonight. If I come across a blueberry pudding, it's all yours. Perfect. So is that another side quest that we can do? Find blueberry pudding and deliver it here? As doctors do. Oh, no, wait. The wrong buttons at once. Okay, I thought it would update maybe. Back to Dr. Krukowski should be it. You take care of all your patients? Yes, all taken care of. I don't know what to make of you yet. Performance could be better. I don't want to demotivate you, but I have my eye on you. Want to see more from you tomorrow. Understand? I don't want to disappoint you, Dr. Krukowski. I'll show you what I'm made of. Go home now. You're working the late shift tomorrow. Then we'll see what you're made of. Nice evening. So maybe we can find the blueberry pudding somewhere. Steal it off another patient. Or we... Break room? No. There have been days when I haven't set foot in this room once. Why is there a break room at all if there are hardly any breaks? It's sad for the room to be not in use at all. Well, I could use it now, but it doesn't let me. Here's the storage room. This time it's empty. That's where we get drugs and materials from the main storage room. 1 floor. Not sure if we can find the blueberry pudding here. Or if that's for later. Like how his eyes are following us everywhere. Pudding. Or we can't go upstairs, actually. Get out of here, kid. You're working the late shift tomorrow, aren't you? She knows everything. Yes, finally, I get the chance to sleep in. Sleep in? Never heard of that. That youth slang? Have a nice evening, Ingrid. Yeah, already thinking about going home. Ready for the end of the day and ready for my bed. What? No, no, no. Come down to Gilbert's with me and we'll have a drink together. One drink, one will soon become 5. Come on, don't be a party pooper. Alright, let's take Mia with us. She's had a rough day. Go ask her, I'll wait here. I've just seen Mia down here. She must be around here somewhere. No, don't quit the game. Al and I are heading over to Gilbert's for a drink. Wanna join us? Really pooped. Tough day. And you've earned a cold drink even more. Come on, it's on me. Okay, you twisted my arm, but I'll pay from my own tab. Deal. I'm telling you, a freshly tapped beer like that puts my feet back on the ground. It's quite hard for you to put your feet back on the ground on that stool. No matter how bad my day's been. It can't be worse than my English. You mean refuel, don't you? Refuel too. I'm not much of a drinker. But today I'll make an exception. The day was stressful, but I'm kinda in a good mood. But while we're sitting here, could you do me a favor, Finley? Sure. In the future, please don't tell me the answers on rounds. I know I can do it, and I want to do it on my own. I know you can do it too. I promise I'll hold back next time. Thanks, here's to that. To Finlay's vow of silence. What's wrong? I think he's practicing already. Has it always been like this in the hospital? What do you mean? Well, I've only been there a few weeks, and I fall into bed every night completely wiped out. Even now I'm finding it hard to keep my eyes open. I feel the same way. You've been there forever, Carl. How did you deal with the stress for this long? Well, I think at some point you have to get used to it. When you realize that this stress is normal, maybe it gets easier to endure. But it's not like you can make a formal complaint about it. I learned under Dr. Theobald. He wasn't even the chief of medicine back then. He always had a sympathetic ear for people, for his patients anyway. I would have liked to see that. And our internal medicine department was upstairs on the 5th floor. Come to think of that, that was all quite a while ago. There is a ward on 6. There was. Structural defects, Roman hydric from accounting said that was the only option. Too bad, I always liked it up there. Right, and the work, was everything then like it is today? Well, not quite. We didn't have all this digital stuff. The doctors were always leaving their pens in rooms. I had a really big collection at home. And Ingrid still fit into her normal office chair. But hey, the woman is awesome. Yeah, I like her. Kind of. But was it as crazily stressful as today? Hard to say. Like I said, it was quite a while ago. I remember I was always totally exhausted in my first few months. But the feeling went away at some point. I think it's like jogging. At some point you get past the point of exhaustion and you just keep running. I hate running. I like to go for a walk. Does that count? Possibly. That makes you by far the most athletic of us. Sad but true. No one has ever said that to me before. I don't even know how to feel. I gotta take a leak. You're ruining the moment, you know that? Leave the kid alone. If you gotta go, you gotta go. But no dawdling. Like, there's one full itself. Leave me alone, kid. Whenever I see a dartboard, I get foggy flashbacks. I actually like playing darts, even though I rarely hit anything. I don't think I've ever won a match, but it's definitely better than foosball. I hate foosball. Oh, I love records. I don't know why exactly. I barely ever listen to music, and when I do, it's digital. But this scratching and the noises kind of remind me of my grandpa. Well, it's already turned on, but... Most of these books are older than me, maybe older than Giuliano even, but neatly sorted in alphabetic order. Why do all bar restrooms smell like that artificial citrus scent? I mean, sure, nobody likes the smell of urine, but do you have to cover it up with something even more unpleasant? Whenever I smell that artificial lemon, it makes me retch. Whatever, hold your now and get through it. I guess that was it. Gilbert's is not just the only bar, but also the only motel in town. Not exactly a tourist hotspot, but honestly I've never even seen a tourist in Porcupine. Maybe that's why there's only one room. I like that painting or a picture there. Dr. Giuliano. Hey Finley, my friend. Who stepped on your foot? Hey Giuliano, life. What's all this about? It's okay, long story. I like long stories, and I also like my life. You know, we're lucky to have something you can call a daily routine. What do you mean? I took out the trash today at noon. The garbage bag ripped and all the gunk ran down my plants. Nasty. Yeah, true. But not bad either, right? I call myself lucky that I have nothing worse to tell you. Profound thought. But it's still a challenge sometimes with a daily life like that. Anyways, I thought, wow, really deep conversations in this bar going on. There's a newspaper article on the wall. The bazooka hangs up his gloves. Boxing fans around the world have been in tears this weekend as one of the most famous boxers of recent decades announced his retirement. In just 7 years, the bazooka hit his way into the hearts of the public. And now he's leaving them bruised. The bazooka commented on his decision at a board game convention. I have achieved everything in my career that I wanted to achieve. I have fought for love and peace. The rain, in the snow, and in the burning sun. Now it is time for me to face a longer and harder fight. That is why I'm retiring. The exact reasons for his retirement were not mentioned. In just 7 years, he completed over 518 fights, 550 defeats, 2 victories by non-appearance of his opponent. 1 victory by knockout when his opponent laughed so hard he couldn't continue fighting. The bazooka was one of the worst boxers in history. He was, however, revered by his fans and his competitors for his humorous monologues. Wait a minute, the bazooka? I don't think my beer was empty when I left. What? No, you drank up before you left. I'm sure. Oh, jeez. Look behind you. A 3-headed grouch. What are you staring at, shorty? Next round is on you. Okay, fine. There you are. Giuliano, keep them company. The evening's only just begun. Lady Ursulus has become an old lady. An old lady with her paint peeling off. Frustrating, I always wanted to be a good doctor, but I'm afraid the stress is too much for me. That I'll make mistakes or just lose the meaning of my work. Loney, you save lives each and every day. Name me one thing that's more important. The main thing is to keep going. Bah. I think the kid's right. You guys in that dump of yours, it's falling apart. You can't get anything done over there. Shut your mouth, Ralph. Now I'll tell you something. You come in here, complaining about how hard your lives are. You should take a long, hard look at yourselves. Lazy, incompetent jerks, that you are. You can't even keep an indoor cactus alive. You talk about curing people of cancer? Couldn't save my wife either. And why? Because you all have nothing between your ears, that's why. If it were up to me, I'd burn the entire place down. I've been sitting here for no idea what time it is, and I'm still quicker-witted than the two of you put together. Oh yeah? And what makes you think that? You're all drunk? I prove it. Booms? Booms, we're playing Booms now. Loser pays the tab. If you want to pay so bad, be my guest. A moment. What's Booms? Kid, haven't you ever been to a bar before? Alright, listen up. In Booms we take it in turns to count from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. You can count, can't you? I think I can manage that. Good. However, you're not allowed to say the number of if there's a 3 or a 7 in it. Or if the number is divisible by 3 or 7. In that case you say Booms and the direction we're counting in reverses. And if you count when it's not your turn, you lose too. Got it? Yeah, probably. This will be a cakewalk. Okay, here we go. I'm not getting any younger. Go, I'll start. Okay, no 3, no 7. Wait, I didn't see what's going on here. Okay, now it's my turn. It's kind of weird that the bubble is blocked by the HUD on the right. 12 is fine, right? Oh, divisible by 3. But I like the fail sound, that was nice. Giuliano, line up 10 shots for me and my friends. So just for me. That didn't go great. One more round, alright, as you wish. You don't stand a chance anyway. I don't see that, that's weird. Okay, Booms. Wait. 13? Why did he say Booms at 13? 13 isn't divisible by 3 and by 7? And it's not a 3 and a 7, so he was wrong. 14 is divisible by 7, so 15. I don't get it. Why 17? Why Booms at 17? It's not divisible by 7 and not by 3. They got the rules wrong. Then it will be kinda hard for me here. The regular number, right? Wrong again. You lost again, I could play this all night. But so fast you get lucky, we want a rematch or one more round? What's the difference between those two? Okay, let's do a rematch. 4. 9, 10. Why is 15 booms? It's not divisible by 3, not by 7. I don't understand. Three, 4, 5, so 26. Coming to my limits. But does he ever make a mistake? Well, it's not divisible by 3 and by 7, but other numbers they called out weren't divisible either, so I'm just gonna count. Okay, that was right. 27. Well, it's divisible by 7, so it should be booms. 30. Okay, 33 was wrong. Would have said booms, I guess. Now you see who's in charge here. And now I'm going to have a big cold drink. Or 10. That was just luck. You cheeky garden gnome. What are you saying? Garden gnome, you look like the tip of a cotton swab. Wait, I'll give you a cotton swab. Oh, not so nice. That doesn't look good. Press X to attack Ralph as he lunges to strike. Press and hold A to block Ralph's attacks and charge your special attack. Press Y to perform your special attack. To attack, A to block, and... No, press and hold A to block and charge special attack. Y to perform them.
3, 2.
You can also see it on screen. Okay, it's a fighting game suddenly. Wait, I can't do anything. I can't move, I can't attack. Nothing is working. What's going on? Oh, now it worked. That was odd, I think it was my controller. Oh no. Unfair. Yeah. Alright guys, that's enough. Don't force me to bring my gloves out of retirement. Let's call it a night. Okay, that minigame is really odd. But a very diverse gameplay here. Finley, good morning. Pina here. What are you doing? What, Pina? Yes, are you driving through a tunnel or am I mumbling? What's wrong with you? Are you sick? Have you been infected by a deadly virus from the hospital? You have a disgusting rash on your belly? Show me. No, I'm fine. I was drinking at Gilbert's last night. You drink? I had no idea. Not often enough. I'm working the late shift today, so I can rest up. Blah, blah, blah. Let's do something. I already have an idea. Meet me at the marketplace. There's something I need to see there. Give me 30 minutes. Don't keep me waiting. Looking forward to it. See you. Nice, we see something more of the game world here. Location. I wonder if we can actually freely move around during the actual full game. Waffles. Oh, sweet. I'm glad I didn't stop earlier when I thought we've seen enough of the game. See this location, the main marketplace. and to talk to... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep playing. I like your music. It's all good. I hit pause on my guitar. I continue playing. Your guitar has a pause button? Sure, everything has a pause button. If you think about it, you just have to find it. You're not from Porcupine, are you? No, I'm just visiting. I'm performing at your hibernation festival. I thought I'd check the place out. It's going to get colder soon. It's supposed to rain today. Looks like that's it for summer this year. And celebrate hibernation festival in summer, can you? I'll be there for sure. It's my first hibernation festival. Of course you'll be there. I want to see you in the front row. Have a good one. I've only been here in the evening before. The fountain was always off then. It's nice to see it in action. There's a little stone plaque there. Ninoslav Honoratus, founder of Porcupine, it says. Would have given himself a more easily pronounceable fake name. Yeah, that's the prologue of Fall of Porcupine. Last Days of Summer. You can check that out on Steam. I think it was already available before the Steam Next Fest, so it will probably be available after that fest concludes. Yeah, Biberik Logistics. Okay, that's a very German name. Yeah, if you want to find out what happens next, check out the prologue on Steam. But we want to look at some other games as well. Steam also. 31 games that we've played, like 4 or 5. Let's check out the Darkest Files demo. I played that on Gamescom, and I've been waiting ever since to play that game again, because Gamescom is very busy and you don't really have time to dive into a game like this, where you need a lot of time actually. So we have a slot here. Let's try it. Is there a release date yet for the full game? No, it's just coming soon. See it soon. There it is. So this is in development at Paint Bucket Games in Berlin. It's the quasi sequel to Through the Darkest of Times. And this time you're, unlike in the previous game where you lead a resistance group in the Second World War, this time you need to bring the culprits of the crimes in the Second World War to justice. As Fritz Bauer and his colleagues. So let's check out our first case. The events in the game are based on true crimes committed during the Nazi era and investigated in the young Federal Republic of Germany. With the exception of Fritz Bauer, the names of all those involved have been changed. Any similarities with existing persons of the same name are purely coincidental.
Frankfurt, West Germany, 1956. 11 years after the end of World War II, many crimes of the Nazi era still go unpunished. The perpetrators of these crimes are walking free. Many judges, prosecutors, and police officers have already served under the Nazis. Now they have no interest in prosecuting their former comrades for actions similar to their own. For the victims of these crimes, this is unbearable. To end this, Attorney General Fritz Bauer establishes a special unit of young prosecutors with no ties to the old regime. I am Esther Katz. I am one of these prosecutors. We are investigating Nazi crimes and bringing perpetrators to justice. Not to avenge, not to hear, but to show that there are laws that apply to all. It doesn't make us popular. Most want to forget. Some want us to shut up, but they cannot stop us. Nothing belongs to the past. Everything is still present and can become the future again.
So you can see on the lower or in the insert on the bottom of the screen, it's still a work in progress, and it was especially made for Steam Next Fest, February 2023. So I'm not sure if it's the same content as at Gamescom. Let's see, so we have a good job. It's the 3rd of September 1956. Yeah, I know that demo, but it's probably a little different. Try to go upstairs. Did it just say I should try? I played one or another video game, but I suppose with the serious theme of the game, it also applies to, or could be a game that non-gamers would enjoy. In the previous game, you couldn't freely move around like this. This is here and feels quite nice, quite smooth. Like the art style. I guess archive will be unlocked later on. Can't really open it. You can also press the right mouse button and then walk into the direction of the crosshair. You can play it with the mouse without a keyboard.
Hello? Anybody here? Not much of a welcome party.
Let's head into our office.
Now, where have I...
Is this my new office?
Oh, hello. Good morning. Sorry I didn't hear you enter. You must be Miss Katz, right?
Esther Katz, yes, that would be me. And you are?
Paula Fischer. Hello. I'm a legal assistant here for Mr. Bauer's team. Well, the legal assistant. We're a bit understaffed at the moment.
I see. And what brings you to my office?
Right, I did not expect you this early. I've brought you this week's newspaper and a letter that arrived for you. Anyway, I should probably be going. I'll be at my desk if you need anything. You'll find me. Or through the intercom. We just had the whole system installed. It made my life so much easier.
When can I expect to meet Dr. Bauer?
Mr. Bauer wants to talk with you once you've acclimatized. His words, not mine. He should be arriving soon for that matter, so should the rest of the team.
I see. Very well then, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on our team, Miss Katz.
All right then. First encounter, check. Time for me to settle in.
Right, let's check out our office. I can't really read that. Short transcript. Our mother is congratulating us. Katz and partner, Rechtsanwälte. So our mother is or is an attorney. We are a prosecutor. No, it's from our father. Why I thought it's the mother. So our father is a notary. York.
Look at that. Written evidence of all those sleepless nights. And the ton of coffee. But here I am. I finally made it. Pretty sure it was all worth it. The last holiday we spent together as a family. I'm so glad Dad made us do it. Franz was such a show-off that summer. Always trying to impress the girls. I wish you were here, Big Brother. A new job deserves a fresh journal, ready to be filled with notes and tasks. Hello?
Mr. Bauer is ready for you. He says at your own time. With him, that means as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'd better get going then.
Good luck.
Okay, we got a quick radial menu for our notes. And other items we can't use yet. Oh. Newspaper.
No signal. The line must be dead. Maybe I should talk to Paula about it.
Miss Katz, how can I help you?
I tried to use the phone before, but it looks like the line is dead.
Oh, I'm afraid your phone hasn't been connected just yet. It should be done by next week. Sorry for the inconvenience. The intercom works though, so you can always talk to me. Do you need something else?
Paula, where can I find Mr. Bauer's office?
It's the door on your left, at the end of the room.
You mean the blinking door? Yeah. Where it says in giant letters, Doctor. What?
Miss Katz, how?
What happens if I ask again? Let's see.
Paula, where can I find Mr. Bauer's office?
It's the door on your
Okay,
left.
it's just the same dialogue.
Miss Katz, welcome to the front line.
Good morning, Dr. Bauer.
Just Mr. We're working together. My name, as you already know, is Fritz Bauer, General Prosecutor. Much to the displeasure of the public, I insist on investigating the many crimes committed under the NSDAP. Most of them, of course, have long since gone cold. And nobody out there truly wishes for us, for you, to solve them. Or frankly, to even touch them. A rather thankless job, may I say. Are you up for it?
I was not aware there would be a test for this position.
This entire job is a test, Miss Katz. But no matter. Miss Katz, I believe I have the perfect case for you to start with.
I'm listening.
Hans Naumann, an older gentleman, shot just before the end of the war.
What do we know about the case?
According to the victim's wife, her husband was taken by uniformed men for no reason. He never came back. His body was found in a forest nearby after the war. Shot in the head.
I assume this isn't the first time she brought this case up?
No, it's not. Miss Naumann reported her husband's death to the police. A case was opened. The public prosecutor's office investigated members of the NSDAP local group. They're suspects. However, no charges were pressed. Based on the investigation, Hans Naumann was lawfully executed.
And how did they reach this conclusion?
That you can learn from the documents. The first thing that I'll need you to establish is why Hans Naumann was taken. Depending on the answer, we'll see if the case warrants a full investigation. I asked Mrs. Fisher to prepare a file. It should probably already be on your desk. I suggest you familiarize yourself with it and invite the widow to give a statement. Mrs. Fisher should be able to help you with that.
Right. Look at the files, invite the first witness. I'll need... Paula did say to ask her if I needed anything.
Miss Katz. Miss Katz, how can I help you?
I need you to invite a potential witness.
Of course. Who should I reach out to?
Ludmilla Naumann, the victim's widow. I want to hear her version of what happened.
Of course. I'm on top of it. Anything else?
I need some additional files.
Something specific?
I need more details regarding NS organizations. Chains of commands, ranks, and badges. Anything you can get your hands on.
Of course, I'll get right to it. Anything else?
Thank you, Paula. That will be all for now.
Here if you need anything. Oh, by the way, did you talk to your colleagues already? They should still be in their offices.
Okay, now we can also talk to Christoph Wollmuth, the prosecutor, another prosecutor.
Oh, hello. Oh, please, forgive the mess. I'm afraid I didn't have the time to clean up. Miss Katz, right?
Everybody seems to already know my name.
Sorry, news spread fast here. Paula reads through everything that passes her hands. So, well, everything. And the word gets around.
Esther Katz, nice to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine. Christoph Wollmuth. Christoph, preferably. I try to be on first-name basis.
And how's that going?
It worked with Paula, not with Simon. Didn't dare to try it with Bauer.
In this case, I would prefer you treat me like your male colleagues.
We are a small team. I'd love to tell you that we are small and tight-knit, but, well, happy to have more people join the fight. Especially someone like you.
Thank you, I suppose.
Right. Again, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm looking forward to working alongside with you.
What are you doing here, Katz?
Getting reacquainted with my new coworker. I had hoped so, at least.
You know perfectly well what I mean.
No, it seems I really don't.
Why are you here, Katz? Not in the room. Here, working for Mr. Bauer?
I could ask you the same thing. Last I remember, you were looking for the easiest way to climb the ladder.
Touché. I suppose since you're here, you won't be going anywhere for some time. Not anywhere up, at least. And there's enough trouble here without all this.
Agreed.
A truce then, to keep it simple.
Very well. As long as you keep to it.
Katz, welcome to our little hell.
Peters.
What a charmer. Okay, let's head into our office and check out the files that Paula collected for us. So what do we have? We have a letter from the from the police department in Munich to the public prosecutor's office in Munich. Dear Mr. Bastian. The investigation into the death of Hans Naumann from Munich has revealed that he fell victim to violent crime. For details, please see the attached file report. We were able to identify 4 possible suspects who were connected with the victim's disappearance: Alfred Faltmann, Hermann Kiebitz, Karl Schickert, Herbert Schwarz. The police investigation is thus considered closed, and we hereby officially turn the case over to your prosecutor's office. If you encounter any questions during the examination for indictment, please do not hesitate to contact us at any time. Manfred Wagner. Police report: on May 10th, 1945, a dead body was reported to the police in a wooded area near Munich. The deceased was identified as Hans Naumann, age 77. The autopsy revealed that he was killed by a gunshot to the forehead at close range. No other injuries were found. The victim's widow filed a criminal complaint against unknown persons on August 8th, 1945. She had observed 2 men pick up her husband on April 28th, 1945. He had been considered missing ever since. The 4 suspects identified in connection with the victim's disappearance were interrogated. All suspects testified that the victim was guilty of treason and was therefore lawfully executed. The evaluation of whether a crime has been committed is the responsibility of the authorized prosecutor's office. So he was taken on April 28th and died on May 10th, and on August 8th the wife filed the report. Munich, 28th April 1945, report on record: M. Mittermoser, block warden. Block warden Mittermoser saw a man climbing up the block's flagpole, attempting to tear down the Reich flag and replace it with a white flag. Mittermoser ordered the perpetrator to stop and attempt to apprehend him. The perpetrator attacked him and fled the scene. The block warden was injured in result. Mittermoser is certain that he recognized a young resident of the block, Jan Naumann, in the perpetrator. Measures taken: local group leader Faltmann immediately set up a detachment to arrest and interrogate the suspect Naumann. Herbert Schwarz, district leader, Munich, Berg am Laim. Then we have a letter from the public prosecutor's office, Munich, to Ludmilla Naumann, so the wife of the deceased. Munich, 21st March 1947, preliminary proceedings against Alfred August Faltmann, Hermann Kiebitz, Karl Schickert, Herbert Schwarz due to manslaughter. Dear Mrs. Naumann, in the above-mentioned proceedings we made the following decision. The proceedings shall be discontinued pursuant to Paragraph 170, Section 2 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Reasons: the victim Hans Naumann was a communist insurgent, carried out highly treasonable actions in a wartime situation. The execution of the victim Hans Naumann was carried out according to the law in force at the time of the crime. With kind regards, signed by P. Bastian, prosecutor. Legal basis: the proceedings against A. Faltmann, H. Kiebitz, K. Schickert, and H. Schwarz were discontinued on the basis of the law stated below, except from Article 103(2) of the Basic Law 1949. An act may be punished only if it was punishable by law before the act was committed. Except from Article 91b of the Criminal Code of the German Reich as of April 1945. Anyone at home or as a German abroad who abets the hostile power during a war against the Reich or causes a disadvantage to the military power of the Reich or its allies will be sentenced to death or life imprisonment. In view of these 2 laws, it is not possible to carry out further investigations into this case, as the suspects acted accordingly to the contemporary laws in their execution of the victim H. Naumann.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Yeah, that was a lot of reading. So basically, it was considered that it was lawful to execute him because the laws allowed that at that time, or required that even. That is at least the consensus up until now, but we will probably change that. So I guess we will go home, and then on the next day we will interview Ludmilla Naumann, the wife of Hans Naumann. The Widow, 17 September 1956. Where do I see my tasks? Maybe it's the... There we are. To-dos. Take a look at today's newspaper, optional. Probably upstairs.
Miss Katz, good morning. If you'd have a moment, I got you the files you requested.
My book told me to read the newspaper. Let's do that first. Where's the newspaper? Is it on my desk? Yeah, in the first game, Through the Darkness of Times, they also had these newspapers clippings that were very much related to what has happened during the time. So they still do that here again. Pretty interesting to get some background information about the era. I hope I completed that task now. Well, it's not crossed out or anything, if it worked. So Paula wants to talk to us.
Good morning, Paula.
An overview of the Wehrmacht, police, and NSDAP, just as ordered.
Great. I'll get started on them right away.
Mrs. Naumann should be joining us later today. Not a morning person, apparently.
Thank you, Paula.
Oh, one more thing. They finally connected your phone. It's working all right. You even missed a call. I wrote down the number for you.
I wonder how this plays in German, because it's kind of incoherent. The other characters have that thick German accent, and they also pronounce the abbreviations in a German way, like NSDAP, but she has a very British, our secretary Paula Fischer has a very British accent and says NSDAP, for example. So it's a little inconsistent, but I guess it's fine.
I should call the number Paula gave me.
A lot of tasks. Check on my colleagues, optional. Of course, we can sort of establish a relationship to them, I guess. Maybe they will help us in future cases. Would be interesting if they add that. But I guess it's just something for the backdrop, not really important to the main missions, to the cases. A lot of optional stuff, but we should call back the number Paula noted. Hopefully the phone works again.
Who do I want to call?
Hello?
Esther Katz speaking. I was called from this number.
Oh, Esther, my dear, so good to hear you.
Dad? Where are you? What's this number?
I'm at home. We got a new number. It's unlisted. Your mother hopes this way we'll receive fewer client calls. I hope I'm not disturbing you, dear.
Not the best time. I just wanted to check who was calling.
Don't let me disturb you then. Good luck with your work, Prosecutor Katz.
And right back to you, Counselor Katz.
Okay, I guess that was it. Let's check on the colleagues. I guess the newspaper thing didn't work. And check out the new documents Paula gave us. Here. state structure. I guess this is it. Yeah, should be it. So we got some uniform and rank insignia on the political leaders. And we got the NSDAP regional administration. I will read everything that the game, every little note that the game has, which would be quite a lot, but I guess you can pause here and read about the details here. It's not really a must, I suppose. But a very interesting backdrop here, and very factual, as I would suppose, because they also hired historians. When I talked to them at Gamescom, they told me that to keep everything as authentic as it can be, while still being a fictional video game, of course.
Paula?
Mrs. Naumann just arrived. I showed her to the conference room.
Thank you. I'll be right there.
Let's head to our witness, Ludmilla Naumann.
You must be Mrs. Naumann. Thank you for coming. My name is Esther Katz. I am one of the prosecutors in Attorney General Bauer's team.
Good morning, Miss Katz. I am very grateful that you found the time. The last prosecutor who looked into my husband's death didn't even speak to me. He dismissed the case, claiming my husband was rightfully executed as a traitor.
I will certainly try to find out what happened to your husband, ma'am. But first things first. I know it's not easy, but please take me through the day your husband was taken.
It was in April 45, only days before the Americans came.
Where were you that day?
Home. We lived in a small house. Hans was upstairs when the doorbell rang, before someone hammered against the door.
When you opened the door, who was it?
There were two men. One of them was pointing a gun at me.
Do you remember what they looked like?
Both wore uniforms. Brown ones, if I'm not mistaken.
Did they belong to the Wehrmacht?
No. Not Wehrmacht, and not police either. Maybe some kind of party officials or something. One of them was small, thin. He wore glasses, I remember that. The second man was bigger. He was the one pointing the gun at me. He seemed to be in charge.
What made you think that?
He had 2 golden stripes on his uniform, and he was bossing the small one around. He yelled and waved his gun around to scare me.
Let me stop you for a second. These stripes on his uniform...
So he had 2 stripes on his uniform and it was brown. So... District office? Either district leader or head official. But I guess I only need to point out the document, not the... I don't need to find out the exact rank just now, thankfully.
Could one of these be the badge you saw?
Let me see. Yes. That's the one here. The local group leader. That's the one.
That is very useful. Thank you. Please continue.
They demanded to speak to Mr. Naumann. The gun was still there and... I was just so afraid I couldn't even move. Hans came down and asked them what they wanted. They demanded to know if there was anyone with us. When we said no, the smaller guy looked in the other rooms. He found no one. It was only Hans and I. Then the big one told Hans that he had to come with them for questioning.
And your husband? How did he react?
Hans remained polite the whole time. He asked them why it was necessary, but the man ignored him. Then everything happened so fast. The small one said they'd let him go if our son would turn himself in. Then they just herded him out, like an animal. This was...
Wait, I wanted to
I
interact.
saw him alive. Me and my son never got the chance to say goodbye.
What was that man's comment about your son?
Jan. He was living with us at that time, but he didn't show up that night or the following. He got into some trouble. Bad trouble.
Do you think the men were looking for your son?
I believe so, yes. At least that's what they said.
Wait a second. I think it was mentioned somewhere.
They prove the men were looking for her son. Court.
Please, take a look.
Oh God. Here it is. He recognized him as Jan Naumann. I can't believe there was proof all along. And the former prosecutor just dismissed it. How could he?
I wish I knew. I am really sorry. Please, continue. What happened upon your son's return?
When Jan finally came back, it was already too late. We asked the authorities about Hans, but they pretended not to know anything. After war, my husband was found dead in a forest nearby. Shot. I believe he died the same day they took him.
I would really like to talk to your son about it.
You and I both, dear. But I am afraid that's not possible. Jan died only a few months after his father. Pneumonia. Hans was innocent. They killed him, and that's murder. No matter what they call it.
I hear you, Mrs. Naumann.
Please, Miss Katz. Will you find the man?
I promise. I will find out who is responsible for your husband's death.
Thank you.
We will let you know if we have enough for an indictment. Please, Paula will help you to the door. Goodbye. I should update Mr. Bauer.
Talk to the boss.
Hello, Miss Katz. Any news regarding the Naumann case?
Yes, I think so. After talking to Mrs. Naumann, it seems like Hans Naumann was indeed innocent. The men were looking for his son, Jan Naumann. When they couldn't find Jan, they took Hans instead, the father.
I assume that's what Miss Naumann told you. But are you sure she is telling the truth?
According to the files, the man they were looking for had climbed up a flagpole, torn down a flag, and beaten up a block warden when he was caught in the act. Hans Naumann was 77 years old at the time. Of course, there are older men who are in good shape, but...
Pulling down a flag and beating someone up seems unlikely. I understand.
Yes.
I see, but why did the man take him, if they knew he was innocent?
According to Mrs. Naumann, they took him as a hostage. They were hoping his son, Jan, would surrender once he learned that they had his father.
Highly illegal, even back then. Not uncommon, though. But why did they shoot the old man?
That I don't know yet. But I believe this is definitely a case for us.
It is, indeed.
So what happens now?
I will officially reopen the investigations tomorrow. You need to find out who was at the crime scene when Hans Naumann was shot. We need witnesses.
I'd start with the names mentioned in the files of the first investigation.
Excellent. Let's get this case to court, Miss Cutts.
Time to invite the suspects. And it would be good to know more about them.
That poor man. And that poor woman. She lost everyone she loved in a matter of a few months. I really hope we can help her.
I hope so too.
Anything I can do?
I need you to invite a potential witness.
I've got something that might help us with them. I looked into the NSDAP local group from the original investigation. Only a few documents survived the bombing, but I found a group photo and a member list from a few years before the incident. I took the liberty of marking the suspects. One of them, Mr. Schwarz, is dead. Who should I reach out to?
Please invite Mr. Kiebitz.
We'll reach out immediately. Anything else?
I need some additional files.
Something specific?
The member list is helpful, but I'd still need something more about our suspects. Can you get me their files?
I'll reach out to the Berlin Document Center. But, just so you know, they tend to take their time.
Nothing for now, thank you.
We're kind of stuck here now. I actually wanted to invite all of the witnesses, but I guess we have to go one by one.
Thank you, Paula. That will be all for now.
Here if you need anything.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Are you sure? Let's see. Let's just take a look at today's newspaper, check on my colleagues, and review the transcript from today's investigation. Let's check on our colleagues before we go.
Esther, right? Sorry, Miss Katz. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I hope I'm not disturbing you?
Disturbing me? Perish the thought. I'm just so sorry about the mess here. I got a bit lost in a lecture. Either way, forget it. What can I do for you?
Always excuses about the mess.
I had some questions, if you don't mind. I have some questions about somebody.
Who would that be?
You, to be quite frank.
Then the answers might be quite boring. There just isn't that much to say. The name's Christoph. Again, I'm a public prosecutor, as you might have guessed. Though I'm more of a pre-trial one. Interviews, research, documents, not court. I never did well with trials themselves.
You didn't study in Frankfurt, right?
Hamburg, mostly. Did a few years in Berlin first, but on the wrong side. Doesn't count here.
So you're from...
The East, yes. Don't hold it against me. Hardly my choice. And I've never been much of a comrade anyway. Too many books, not enough worker spirit.
I'm sorry for asking, but how did you end up here then?
I crossed before 52. It was easier then. No fences, no restricted zones. You just had to worry about the patrols.
I have a different question. I think that's all.
Okay, we got to know something about Christoph, that he's from the DDR.
Katz.
Peters.
Ask about him as well.
I have some questions about somebody.
About whom?
You, actually.
You want to talk about me? Should I feel honored?
I thought we had agreed on something.
Don't be an asshole.
Right. What is it?
Actually, I don't care anymore after that.
One more question. Thank you.
Just gonna leave. But should have completed the task. Okay, maybe they are not marked as done, the optional ones. Not sure how that works. So let's have our first witness testimony today. Or a suspect, rather. For suspect, 24th of September 1956.
Good morning, Miss Katz. Miss Katz. Miss Katz.
Oh, that was interesting. So I suppose the witness is already here. Can I actually go into the restroom? No. Maybe in the conference room? No. Have a look at the newspaper.
Miss Katz, excuse me. The witness you asked me to contact, Hermann Kiebitz, he has just arrived.
Thank you, Paula. I'll be joining you in a minute. Good morning. My name is Esther Katz.
A pleasure, miss. Could you tell me how long I have to wait for the prosecutor?
Mr. Kiebitz, I'm the prosecutor here.
Oh, modern times, I guess. How long will this take?
It will take as long as it takes.
It's all right, miss. I'm just asking.
Let's get started, shall we? This is about the arrest of Hans Naumann in Munich on April 28, 1945. According to a witness, two men picked up Mr. Naumann from his apartment. Were you one of them?
You're pretty, you know that?
Mr. Kiebitz, were you one of those men?
No, I wasn't. We drove to the house. Then our group leader and Mr. Schickert got out of the car to arrest the man. Then they tossed the old man into the car and headed to the district office. After we put him in the cell, I waited in the hallway talking to Mr. Schickert.
The district office. Where was it located?
We just had moved it into the basement of an old brewery. Still stuffed with beer bottles and barrels. The higher-ups decided it would be a safer place for us. With all the Yank air raids, Group leader Fartman went into the district leader's office.
What was the name of the district leader?
Herbert Schwarz.
Could you hear what they were saying?
Only after they came out of the office. District leader Schwarz came out and gave the command.
What command? What did he say?
He ordered us to execute the man. Then he left. I felt uneasy. This wasn't right.
What were your local group's responsibilities in the very last days of the war?
We were responsible for all concerns and for many households within Munich. Above all, we tried to eliminate insurgencies.
With the district office being a brewery, you helped yourself to the stocks?
Of course not. How could you assume something like that?
How did you ensure the energy supply?
The district struggled to produce enough energy. There were frequent power failures. For emergency, we had a generator. If worst came to worst, we used oil lamps.
How many people were in your local group?
Around 10, but we were never all present at the same time due to shifts and different responsibilities.
Spending entire days in a damp cellar. They must have been bored and tried to pass the time. Were there any other prisoners at that time?
Obviously, yes. We had to put the traitors somewhere. We adapted part of the storage rooms as cells.
They must have had drinks from the supplies. Never on duty. Who would believe it? Were summary executions common?
In those days, yes.
Why did you relocate the office?
Because of a big air raid. We wanted to be underground. We hoped that we would be safer there.
They must have had petrol to run the generator, or to destroy evidence.
I suppose this is a part we can't check out yet, but there's actually a lot of additional information to be gathered. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't do it in the first flashback.
Was your local group in contact with other local groups?
Just in Bavaria, there were 28 local groups. We were in constant contact with them.
I wish there was like an achievement popping up when you found all of the information. This is still a demo, maybe like this is still being added. The frame rate goes down a little in these segments. A lot I can do about that.
I can still hear the sirens in my head. They seem to last forever. But it may just have been a minute full of despair, if you survived it.
We followed group leader Faltman to the cell. There was tension.
Could you describe the cell?
Very basic. Mattress, window, chair.
What was Mr. Faltman doing?
Group leader Faltman seemed to hesitate. He shared my concerns about killing the old sod. He told us to wait. Yet Schickert insisted. He referred to that new order about dealing with insurgents. He was such a stickler for the rules. He could be really annoying about these things.
For how long were the prisoners held in these cells?
Mostly around a week.
What did he say?
He insisted that any delay would constitute treason.
Were the compartments prepared to host prisoners?
Kind of. We adjusted them so our prisoner could stay there for interrogations and not get out.
Being locked in a cell like this, not knowing what would happen next. This must have been so hard.
Group leader Faltman ordered us to wait once more, but Schickert drew his gun and shot him.
So what you are saying is, Schickert shot the old man against Mr. Faltman's order?
Exactly.
That's horrible.
These are brutal events you're getting to hear here. Are you sure you're up for it? Honestly, no one would think this is a job for a woman. What do you have to prove? I will file a formal complaint.
That will not be necessary, Mr. Kiebitz. My superior knows quite well that I am up for it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this job. Thank you for your time, Mr. Kiebitz.
Goodbye, Miss Katz.
I should update Mr. Bauer.
Miss Katz, may I have a word? I got something that might help you.
Yeah, can I skip the update for Mr. Bauer? Can you do it for me?
So, I have done some digging beforehand.
Yes?
And found something potentially useful for you. The brewery's blueprint. I put it in your office, on the cork board. I thought it might help you to have more of a physical understanding of the crime scene.
I'm sure it will. Thank you, Paula.
We're getting into the Ace Attorney spirit. Spirit of justice, you might say.
Miss Katz, what brings me to the honor of your visit?
I interviewed our first suspect. Have you read the transcript?
I did. How did it go?
Well, this Mr. Kiebitz, let me put it this way. I have met newts who were more likable.
But we're not having a sympathy contest, are we, Miss Katz?
No, of course not.
I know how you feel, but I can say from experience, it's better to ignore it. Besides him being an unpleasant fellow, what do you think about Mr. Kiebitz?
Kiebitz says he saw how his colleague Schickert killed Mr. Naumann. And according to him, Schickert shot even against the express order of the superior Faltman.
And he's telling the truth?
Well, Bauer says he has experience, but I guess he doesn't have experience in the 50s as a woman to work as a prosecutor, so I'm maybe a little different for our main character here. Kiebitz tells the truth, can tell, or Kiebitz is lying? I really can't tell. I need more evidence.
Maybe, maybe not. At the current stage of the investigation, it is impossible to say conclusively.
I agree. This means you have to investigate further. Of course, what he says could be true, but he could also try to cover up his own involvement. Either way, I see 3 further questions we need to answer. First question, who shot Mr. Naumann? Who did pull the trigger? Was it really Mr. Schickert who pulled the trigger and executed the victim? Or is Kiebitz lying? Second question. Mr. Kiebitz claimed that his superior, Faltman, had refused the order by District Leader Schwarz to execute the prisoner. It might be relevant to clarify whether this is true. And thirdly, the witness testifies that Mr. Schickert threatened to inform the Gestapo about the insubordination. Whether this is true or not is up to debate, but either way should be investigated. Threatening others could be considered coercion in court and, in case of doubt, also affect the verdict. If you found an answer to all of these questions, we should be able to build a solid case.
Okay, again, we have some problem with the dialogue not being audible. So let's have a look at that blueprint. Oh, there are the transcripts. Here we have a photo of Faltmann, Kiebitz and Schickert, among others. And Schwarz as well. No, he already was deceased, maybe this means. Sure. Where do we have blue? Yes. Oh yeah, it's here. Right. The reconstruction board. Yeah, so this is the same case that is playable, that was playable at Gamescom. Didn't have enough time to really a conclusion. Or maybe I should read all of that. Select the figure of Mr. Norman, then choose the cell to place him there. Series of your suspects will not always match each other. On the right, you can see how each of them describe the events of the step. So, for now, we only have the statement of Kiebitz. That's exactly what I just said. We can preview it. As the figures in step 1 as the witness describe Faltmann and Schwarz in the office. Norman in the cell, Kiebitz and Schickert in the hallway. Oh, this is where I was stuck in the demo at Gamescom and stopped playing then. Because the next appointment was coming up, of course. Too many appointments at every Gamescom to properly check out every game. The interface was quite different. I remember it very differently than this. This is way more streamlined. You actually had to drag and drop each character into each position, and you could freely put them anywhere, and that made it very difficult. But I guess they changed it completely, so now it looks more simple at least. So let's put Faltmann and Schwarz in the office. Faltmann. Yeah, it's way easier than in the first demo that I played. Because the system didn't recognize where I put them, and then I couldn't proceed. But I was probably too stupid to complete it back then. Time to move to the next step. So Mr. Faltmann and District Leader Schwarz stepped out into the hallway. You can also play it from the first to the second step. Oh, it's nicely animated. Nice. Here we have the questions of our boss, Bauer, and here we can see where these questions might be answered by actions, the characters' actions. Let's reopen edit mode. Who ordered the execution? Faltmann. Oh, Mr. Schwarz gave the order. Oh yeah, actually, I read Falkman, but I actually selected Schwarz by accident, so it's correct. You can undo and redo, that's nice. Action icons, we already saw that. So let's start. You can continue building your theory. However, you do not yet know whether the witness to questions was telling the truth. If you want to return later, just close the board and change will be saved automatically. So we answered the first question, but who shot Mr. Naumann? We also need to do that. So let's go back to edit mode. Jump to the chapter, so to speak. But maybe we shouldn't skip. Order Mr. Schickert me to follow him into the compartment where Mr. Naumann was held captive. Schickert and me. Let's. And then the next step was Mr. Falkman saw the victim and refused the order, but Mr. Schickert insisted that the order of a higher ranking member must be followed, threatened with the Gestapo, who resisted the order. Falkman? But already, we also need to put him there. Who threatened with the Gestapo? Mr. Schickert. Oh, Schickert, Schwarz. Oh, they all sound so similar. No, Mr. Falkman resisted the order. Falkman, it's kind of confusing if the icons are over the arrows. Falkman resisted, Schickert threatened. No, not both. Good. Next step. Schickert carried out the order and shot Mr. Naumann. Who shot? Schickert. I think now we have everything. Who ordered the execution? Schwarz. Who shot Mr. Naumann? Schickert. Who resisted the order? Falkman. Who threatened with the Gestapo if the order was refused? Schickert. If there would be a button to speed it up, it would also be nice. But now we have it. But of course, that is only one witness statement. We need more witnesses. So that will probably be the next thing. But the second witness. Check our tasks. Yeah, next suspect. I keep saying witness, but they're actual suspects, of course.
Miss Katz, how can I help you?
But there it says invite a witness. First request documents.
I need some additional files.
Something specific?
Any updates on the suspect's personnel files?
I've made the request, but no news since then. Berlin's as silent as always.
I need you to invite a potential witness.
Of course. Who should I reach out to?
Please invite Mr. Schickert next.
We'll reach out immediately.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Different Truth. 27th September 1956.
Miss Katz, a second?
Yes, Paula?
Mr. Schickert, the witness you wanted to see? I'm afraid he arrived a bit early. He's waiting for you in the conference room.
Already?
I know, I told him he might have to wait.
You will.
That he will. We did specify the time.
Of course, Miss Katz.
Well, let him wait. First, I will have my morning coffee and read my newspaper, and then I may be ready for him at some point during after lunch. Has the robot age begun? I wonder if this is only half true or some of this. Of course, some of these are actual real news, and some of them are a little fictionalized. Like when newspapers just cost 10 pfennig. Guess there's nothing new here. Hagelstadt, I wonder if that's a real thing. But who is who? Well, let's talk to Karl Schickert.
Mr. Schickert, I didn't expect you yet.
Arriving on time means you're 15 minutes late.
Very traditional.
Nothing wrong with good traditional values.
Thank you for coming. My name is Esther Katz. I am the prosecutor in charge. I'll cut right to the chase. What happened on the 28th of April back in 45?
So, you're finally reopening the case, aren't you?
Yes, we do. There are questions that have to be resolved.
It is time for some gentlemen to answer for what happened back then.
Just to be clear, you are referring to?
Kibitz and local group leader Feldmann.
So, your superior and your colleague. What had happened?
On that day, Feldmann, Kibitz and I had captured an alleged insurgent. We had taken him to the district office and locked him in a cell. It was an old man.
Was his name Hans Naumann?
It's more than 10 years ago, but I'm pretty certain that this was his name, yes.
What did the district building look like?
It had been moved to a brewery because of the air raids. There was an office, individual cells, and a long corridor lined with boxes, barrels, and bottles.
Please describe the situation.
I was in the hallway with Mr. Kibitz, while local group leader Feldmann was in Schwarz's office to report to the district leader. Shortly after, the two men came out. Pointing to the cells, the district leader gave the command.
What kind of command?
He ordered us to shoot the prisoner.
I'm sure the group members had a drink here from time to time. After all, the building was probably still full of beer.
The district leader returned to his office together with Mr. Kibitz. Mr. Feldmann asked me to follow him. Together we walked down the corridor to the cell where the old man was kept.
Describe the cell to me.
Small and dirty, with a narrow, barred window just under the ceiling. Not that the prisoners in here deserved much more. They were there for a reason. Most of them, at the least.
What did Mr. Faltman do?
The group leader raised his voice.
Do you remember his words?
He told me to shoot the prisoner.
And did you shoot the prisoner?
No, I did not. The man was clearly innocent.
How did you come to this conclusion?
He was accused of... what was it again? I remember someone mentioning it.
Just a second, I have that somewhere. According to this block warden's report, Mr. Naumann had torn down a Reich flag and beaten up the block warden.
Yes, that was it. Look, the man we had captured there. I'd have counted him lucky if he was able to get out of bed every morning. Besides, group leader Faltman himself had said earlier that we had only taken him hostage. Him and Kibitz had hoped that the perpetrator would turn himself in if they held the old man hostage.
Why did they assume that?
Because the perpetrator was the son of the old man. That's what they believed, at least.
So they had hoped the son would come to get his father released?
Exactly.
But you didn't think their plan would work?
Doesn't matter what I was thinking. You can't just go and take a fellow German hostage.
How did your superior take your refusal?
Not well. He yelled, and I argued.
Do you remember your words?
I told him that it made no sense and that we should refrain from doing that. Group leader Faltman then threatened me. He said he'd report me to the Gestapo, that I would be severely punished, possibly killed.
But you still refused.
I did. I just couldn't do it. I left the room. Outside the cell, I met Kibitz, who was about to enter, a gun in his hand, cocked. The next thing I hear is the shot.
So what you are saying is that Mr. Kibitz shot him?
He did indeed. I know it.
But why would he do that? What was his reason?
What do I care about his reason? What he did was wrong. That's why I'm glad the case has been reopened. You break the rules, you get punished. That's the way it should be.
We will make sure the right people face the consequences, Mr. Schickert. Thank you for coming in.
The pleasure is all mine. Goodbye, Miss Katz.
Interesting. The suspects contradict each other in multiple aspects. I could use the reconstruction board to get a better idea, or update Mr. Bauer. I can also just call it a day. I feel a headache coming. I should still at least ask Paula to invite the last witness.
Yeah, let's head to the reconstruction board. So now we have two different statements contradicting each other. That's interesting. So we can just change it with the preview button. What each aspect said. happened. So for the first suspect, we actually need to move each piece where he said they would be. But for the second suspect, it does it automatically. It's kind of weird, but it saves a lot of time, so I won't complain about it. Difficult to say what's true of both of them. Press play and see what happens. Wait, that's the first version. Get shirts. Wait, keep its shot in Chicat's version. It's not right. I'm confused. Review Chicat. How do I get back? Quit. Ah! Oh no, now it's stuck. Now I did it again. It's stuck, it's stuck. Well, we've played a lot of this game anyway, so if you want to check out what happens next, you play it for yourself. Steam. Yeah, that's The Darkest Files by Paint Bucket Games. I will definitely complete the demo. Already see Dark Envoy has an update queued. Already demos updating. So we have so many more demos. So little time to play all of them within a week. I guess we could play one more. Mr. Saitou is an interesting one by Super Shigi, I think is her nickname. Laura Shigihara, who developed Raku and also made the music for Plants vs. Zombies to the Moon, or contributed to that soundtrack. And this is a spin-off for the upcoming release of the Switch version of Rakuen for a game. And that is coming out on the 23rd of March. And there's actually, the demo was released before the Steam Next Fest, but quite neatly, so that's right. And also, it's difficult to capture like all of the RPG Maker games. So let's hope this works. There we go. Yeah, there's some black borders. It's not really 60:9. Any options there? Full screen mode? Oh, there's a full screen mode. Okay, got it. Arrow keys, space, or enter, and escape. Not the numpad. Who said that? Where are you? Come and find me. Very eerie scene here, just like in the first game, Rakuen. You should definitely play this. This is a DLC for Rakuen, technically. Soundtrack is giving me the creeps, especially that dumb bass line that keeps appearing. I don't think I'm supposed to leave my room. I'm not even supposed to be out of bed. I'm supposed to be walking around. I know that. What else can I interact with? Really think I could fit in there? How am I supposed to know? I can't even see you. Sometimes they keep extra blankets in there. Why are you in my room? Oh, I heard that you're in the corner. I knew that I was right there. Come out from there. Is there some reason you're out of bed and walking around? Please, Mr. Saitou. If I pronounce this right, the right way, I'll go back right away. You really don't want to be moving. You're right. I know it's easy to go a little stir crazy here, but you gotta remember, you rest and let your body heal, you'll be out of here in no time. So no making it worse, okay? Okay, I apologize. No worries, just take it easy. You had quite a fall after all. Oh, that music is really loud for me, but I guess it's fine on the stream. My voice is equally loud, I just noticed. Should be fine now. The team will be back later today for a follow-up scan, so why don't you get some sleep for now? Take care, Mr. Saitou. But she'd never leave. Why are you in my room? I'm Brandon. Didn't ask your name, I asked why you were in my room. Would you like to buy a bracelet? What? No. I love making friendship bracelets and I've gotten pretty good at it. Look at this pattern. Pretty good, eh? Not a whole lot to do here. It used to make me sad because I have a lot of goals. You know. For example, I wanted to run my own business, selling the crafts I make. Great. I also want to help people. One day I realized I can still do those things here. Here I am. Let's see. What are you in here for? I fell down. Oh, does it hurt a lot? Did it first, but now it's not so bad. They got pretty good medicine here. Where'd you go? I'm down here. What are you doing down there? You're not going under the bed, are you? Drawing. Drawing. Yeah, wanna see? Oh, I'm drawing llama worms. See? Oh, oops, wrong side. That's my math homework. There's a llama worm. Llama worm. Dude. That his name? No, it's a species. His name is... What's your name? Mr. Saitou. His name is... Mr. Saitou. What? That's interesting. Now what are you doing? I'm drawing. Of course. Mr. Saitou is a salaryman and he has a lot of stripes. Okay, done. They're all named Saitou? Yeah, it's a common name. Or do they tell each other apart? Or they just know. But some of them have nicknames. Like this Saitou is a little wider, so his name is White2. Everyone loves White2, he's so calm. When everyone's doing business and getting stressed, he calms them down. I like White2. Yeah, he's the best. Okay, Mr. Saitou, I gotta go now. These bracelets won't sell themselves. Hope you feel better soon. Our Q3 reports show a steady decline in product efficiency. This is, as you know, unacceptable. I want you all to ask yourselves. We have a subscriber-defined game plan for monitoring emerging technologies. We have a proactive strategy for managing finance-driven intermediaries. Are we optimized for the cloud? On that note, I'll turn things over to Saitou for his very important presentation. Saitou? Oh. Saitou. Saitou, what are you doing? I can't be underground right now. You have a presentation to give. Yes, sir, Everyone pay attention. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Synergy. I'm sorry, sir. I seem to have forgotten my notes for the presentation at home. My dog ate them. I see. In that case, I'll give you one more day to prepare. Thank you, sir. I will not let you down. I will be the best llama worm in this company. Saitou, yes, sir. I would like you to help me with something. See that stack of papers in front of Saitou? Hi. Yes. Those are metrics. They are numbers. They are important. That are important. Very important. You can't make any decisions without them ever. Not even obvious ones. Let me ask you to something. Are trains cool? Yes. Wrong answer. Oh no. The answer is we don't know. We don't know anything unless the metrics tells us so. Don't assume anything without numbers. That's why I need you to bring me 7 metrics. Let me ask you something. Is Saitou a good name? I like the name Saitou. Wrong answer. We can't know something like this without metrics. Okay, this next question is for both of you. Oh my gosh, don't ask me. Are metrics good? If I say yes, he's going to say wrong answer. But if I say no, I mean, I've just never known anyone who loves metrics this much. Time's up. You failed. But I didn't even get a chance to bring me 7 metrics. Okay then, it's settled. Find me 7 metrics from around the floor. Then bring them back to me at my desk. Your desk? My desk. Right outside this conference room. You know this. You have too much mud last night? Thought you could handle it. Oh. Go collect those now. Have a long day. You as well, sir. Hey, I'm a llama worm. Didn't expect this. But I do remember this one scene from the Rakuen Switch trailer that they showed at Indie Live Expo. And you could see the llama worms there. Didn't know what it was about. Okay, gotta find the 7 metrics, but we can probably talk to each and every one here. Some paper down there. This box appears to be filled with paper and office supplies. Probably read that a lot here. Saitou Shipping Company. Rob 2. Being punished. I've been temporarily demoted to making sure Subpart 2 presses his button. Why, what did you do? Well, I spent all night formatting this spreadsheet only to have some dumpers come along, merge all 2,000 cells into a single cell. I got so mad I uninstalled all of his programs and threw it in the river. And now I've been leveled inflexible. Push the button. As you can see, it takes a lot of effort to press the button. Hey, thanks, but I can handle it. Excuse me. I was assigned this job because I have this specific skill required to press this button. You're doing it all wrong. If they wanted you to be the button presser, they would have made you the button presser. But they didn't. What do you want? A cookie? Okay, I guess this is it. Dialogue. It looks all shiny. This must be a metric. Saitou pipes? I haven't seen this game in decades. This is my computer. Welcome to Saitou Mail. You have 2 messages. 32-step verification. We're now requiring everyone to use 32-step verification. Don't forget, ought to. What's the other mail about? Regarding donuts, you're so right, donuts are delicious. Let's always eat them all the time. White too. No wonder you're white too. Collected metrics. Oh, we just need 5 more. All about. Hey man. What's up, Saitou man? You're crazy. Standing up in front of everyone, then saying nothing, then going underground. Takes real inner length. Don't remind me. Oh, don't worry man, it'll be alright. The boss gave you an extension. The presentation is really cool. Everyone's gonna love it. Anyways, have a long day, Saitou man. Or metrics. More metrics. Oh no, not him. Hi guys. Well, would you look at the time? Now that I've finished stapling all these bar graphs together, I gotta run. I too have 2 bar graphs. I love the sound of my own voice and no one else's. Yes, that was eerie too. Okay, now we're all alone in this office. What can we do? Manuals for operating llama worm fax and copy machines. Exciting. This copy machine doesn't have any paper in it. Which is, that's the first suspicious thing in this episode. Copy machine without paper in it. I guess I don't wonder how these holes appear in the ground where I move. And I seem to be not on the ground level, but I won't wonder where my body ends. Okay, we need more creative whiteboarding. Boss 2. Oh, there was a calendar. Oh, I know this character. So they are also in Rakuen, and there's also an animated series called Farmer in the Sky. You should check that out on YouTube. Oh my gosh, what is that doing there? Stay away, stay away. Okay, stay far away from that. Let's go to Panda Tour, but first let's get that shiny object. A mushlight, of course. Neat how something like this just grows out of the ground. Jason 2. I just finished writing a program that will help us locate more Dumpus rocks. Gonna call it Huge Dumpus. Great work, man. Did you know that Saitou left Saitou Corp to start his own business? He said he wanted to open a mini mori cafe. I wonder how he's I can't stand mini mori. Oh, those are the birds, mini mori. I come to think of it, didn't you say that your apartment had a mini mori infestation? Oh, that so. Is the farmer in the sky? Because in the animated series, the farmer has a mini-mori infestation. Oh, connected. The giant Dumpus rock, these are weird. A nice color. Yeah, there's a lot more to check out, of course, but you should do that yourself when you play it. I'm just going main things in this demo. Space Status. I love this game. I'm doing this on purpose. Can I go up there? Saitou, man. You got here just in time for cake. Hey, Saitou, man. Ritatu is not around here, is he? I don't think so. Good, I really need this break. Ritatu wants you to listen to him, but he doesn't care about listening to you. It hurts. We Saitous have feelings too. I wonder what that sound, that typewriter sound is. This cake looks the most delicious. What about this cake? This cake smells like bananas. There is no... There are no metrics here. I hate this room. I probably shouldn't ride the elevator. Or maybe I should ride the other one? That's the third one, right? Third one's a charm, no. Face your fears. Building is infested. Really like how all of them are looking different, or most of them. Got their distinct looks, but I still haven't got all of the metrics, I guess. Can I help you? What do you need again? I need you to bring me 7 metrics. I have like 5? Boxes, Saitou Shipping Company. Something has been written on the side of the box in what looks like to be children's crayons. Subpart has a good brain. Box contains. I guess I need to interact with the right people to get the remaining metrics. Or did I miss something here? Oh, here's another metric. Maybe I have it now? What is it? Trains are cool. Okay, I have one more task for you. I've just emailed you a special code that you will need to bring the engineering lab across the lobby. Please check your computer and then bring them the code. Bring this to the engineering lab. 54100U. Oh god. Already forgot it. Oh no, it's Ritatu. I should have written it down. Saitou. Why are you going underground, Saitou? Have you heard the latest wizardry, the rallying news? I can't talk now. Well, you're missing out. They added an entirely new crystal. Amethyst! How are they going to balance that? It's so broken. I mean, think about it. They have a ruby card that lets you draw more cards. Ruby doesn't draw cards. So I was thinking about how the broken crystal sphere is a lot like the best manga ever written. It's a wonder heart. It's changed my life. I have to go. But you know what makes me really mad? The fact that the Tetsuo Wonder Heart anime is just trash compared to the manga. Trash! How do I get out of this? That's interesting. I'll explain. So you see, The ratio of chapters to episodes is just outrageous if you compare it to other manga and anime. Don't worry, you can escape. Just try to remember Boss 2's special code. Say the number over and over again in your mind. As long as he doesn't start saying a bunch of numbers, you'll be fine. Boku no Hamster Castle has 52 episodes. The manga has 105 chapters. Just under 50%. The code. 541 numbers. Vegetable Magi Marcus has 320 episodes. 320. The manga has 700 chapters. Also close to 50% if you compare that to Tetsuo Wonder Heart. I don't know what to say. I really like desserts where you can eat the bowl. Like where the bowl is made of chocolate. Tetsuo likes chocolate. You know what else I like? Dancing. Did you know that llama worms excel at dancing because of our exceptional flexibility? I'm okay, I have to go back to work. Later, Saitou. Have a long day. Oh yeah, you too. Ritato got irritated. But I totally forgot the code actually. Hopefully I can select it and don't need to enter it. Saitou, did you bring us a special code from Boss 2? I did. It's 54170U. Yeah, that's actually correct. Oh, they didn't make me remember it. I'm glad. Great, now we can continue with the project. What's up, Saitou-man? Hello. So, Saitou-man, you coming with us to Saitou Izakaya for a round of mud? I need sleep. Boss 2 insists. Don't worry, buddy. I'll make sure you get home alright. There will be gossip. I guess I never really have a choice when it comes to this. Come on, it'll be fun. We'll order all the best snacks. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Okay, everyone, socialize. That's the end of the demo. However, the developer of the game has a very important message. Now, where am I? I want you all to ask yourselves one thing. Are we optimizing our ROIs for a cloud-driven, tech-oriented, creative whiteboarding? I'm just kidding, I don't talk like that. This is a dessert meeting. We're here to eat desserts. What if I have to use the bathroom? I can help you. I have a toilet. I have 2 toilets. I have all the toilets. That's enough toilets. Is it though? Laura. What? More. Okay. Stop. That's enough. Laura. I give up. Why did you stop? I'm all out. You're all out of toilets? Yep, fresh out. I only had 20. I see. Would you care to tell them about Mr. Saitou's Steam page? Just kidding, I have more. Oh my gosh. What's wrong, Saitou? You've turned into a businesswoman. Oh, I see. Meeting adjourned. Wait, you can't just end the meeting, you're still a toilet. You're right. Do you know how to turn yourself back? No. I know a solution. Oh, enough people have to wishlist and follow Mr. Saitou on Steam. Why would that do anything? It'll work, just trust me. He's right, it totally works. Okay, everyone, go wishlist and follow Mr. Saitou's Steam page. It'll really help us a lot. I want to help, but I also want to flush. Well, I will wishlist anyway, so I can just flush. Okay, it takes us to the Steam page either way. Thanks everybody, I hope to see you again really soon. So yeah, in the background the Steam page appeared. So go ahead and wishlist Mr. Saitou. Really looking forward to the release. Really quirky ending there. Didn't expect that. Lots of humor like the original game. Very nice music, nice art style. Of course, you need to be a fan of the genre to fully enjoy this. And I would recommend that you play the first game, Rakuan, beforehand. I don't know if this will be a full release or just a DLC. On the page it doesn't say it's a DLC, so probably a standalone game on Steam at least. With the Switch version it's included. So 6 weeks to go, enough time for you to check out the demo yourself and to wishlist the game. I just wishlisted it. And that's it for tonight's stream of the games in the Steam Next Fest. We only checked out like 6 or 7 games, I think, at most. So lots more to go. So we will just continue this in the coming days. Check out the Steam page for more demos. Let me actually pull it up. There we go. That's the store page of Mr. Saitou. Go ahead and wishlist it. And all of the other games that we've shown. And thank you for watching. See you next time. And if you have any tips what we should play on the Steam Next Fest, let us know in the comments.